Cool. Okay, I'll go next. You kicked off with an athlete video. Well, yesterday I went to my 5-year-old grandson's first t-ball game, and he was on the pitcher's mound, and he had just completed 2 catches, and then he looks out to me in the crowd of thousands, and he yells, "Nana, Nana, did you see I just made 2 catches?" Oh, that made my day. It was great. And then my other positive focus is that when I was coming back from Vegas on Sunday, I was fortunate enough to sit next to a pharmacist, since we have a few on the call, a pharmacist from Germany. And he was so focused about giving and contribution that we made an amazing connection. So I'm grateful for that.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can jump in here. It's my first night, but I am really grateful. My 6-year-old had to have a tooth pulled on Thursday, and it was not a pleasant experience, and I'm just really thankful that he survived and that it's healing and there are no additional complications. It's been a good weekend, and he's been outside enjoying the weather with his brother, and they got to go see their first drive-in movie last night.
Nice.
We still have one out here by us. Yeah, so it was pretty exciting. So I'm just really grateful that things are on the mend.
And perfect weather for it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Well, Dad, what
Like
about
everybody else, we had beautiful weather here, and we've got garden planted, and we've been weeding flowers. Just got a whole lot done outside, and it's just absolutely gorgeous here.
Cool.
So,
All right,
Emma, Jane.
All
Okay.
right, Emma?
Okay, my positive focus today is that Mom is out of her surgery. She did really well, and I think she's getting better. So, I'm glad of that. And then I am officially a permitted driver, so I'm super excited about that.
Woo!
Yay, Emma.
Very fun.
Good job, man.
Woohoo! Watch out, Greensburg.
Oh, I know, my dad. Mine are that I got all my summer clothes, all my tank tops and stuff in my drawers so that it's officially hot outside. And I just worked on planting the garden, and Claire and I did some chalk today. That's
Ooh,
all, Lucas.
Very cool.
That's awesome. Cool.
that's fun.
Very good.
Awesome.
Very good.
So guys, I wanted Charlotte on the call today. I've been begging her for a few months to be on the call and kind of share kind of her experiences around marketing. She was on the call, probably about a year and a half or so ago about kind of social media when we talked about it a little bit, Kay. But Charlotte does an awful lot more. And since Micah was such a big hit, I wanted to make sure we got you here too, Charlotte, because you guys are the real all-stars on the team that kind of like make everything happen. So ladies, when you talk about like a really, really, really powerful woman who's able to balance both kind of like family, like 3 kids with one more, a Stella on the way. I still think it's going to be Stella.
We'll see.
On the way.
Please.
And managing basically everything for me between her and Micah. They pretty much take care of the whole lot, everything. So completely and totally awesome. So Charlotte, hand it to you. You can take it whichever way you'd like.
That sounds
And the
good.
girls, I'm sure, will have questions for you.
Yes, please ask them. So guys, for this call, I really wanted to start from where I got my drive from. When I was actually, I believe it was the first grade, I had a principal tell my parents that my brother and I would never amount to anything because we have learning disabilities. So I'm dyslexic and I also can't read very well. So I told my parents that, and I ended up finding this out after, I think it was like my 3rd grade year. So that really drove me to do more. So any teacher that you would ask, they would always say, you know, Charlotte gives 110% no matter what. Like, that's what she does. She always gives 110% because I was making up for that, you know, reading. And so that's where I got my drive. But like Fritz says, is I came into the company and I started doing, you know, social media and then also doing the blogs. And I was writing. They called me a really good first drafter because I had the content there, but it just needed to be, you know, fixed a little bit. So when people, number one is like when people tell you that you can't do something, I take that and I'm like, I can show you I can do it. And that's what drove me. So that's where I get all of my drive from when people ask me, like, how do you do it? How are you a working mom of 3 kids and I have the 4th one on the way? And I love it. I mean, I have the drive and I get out there and do it. And because someone says that you can't do it, that gives me even more drive to show them, like, hey, I can do this. I can be a working mom. And I absolutely love it. Sometimes those kids, they both had their tonsils out this week, so it's been testing. Yeah. And it's the smell of their breath right now is like really, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. But that's where I get my drive from. So like when it comes to NHCPS and working with Fritz, it's, you know, I've learned with the marketing is that you can't do just one thing. You have to, you know, for marketing is do lots of marketing and get out there, and you're always testing things. So like I'm not sure how much Fritz has talked about NHCPS and how things have changed, but a year ago we were really focused just on, you know, search optimization, which is SEO, and AdWords. Like that's what we were focused on. And we weren't looking at email marketing or social media, you know, or a referral program, or getting out there, you know, and taking our cards or provider cards and using those for marketing materials. We just weren't doing it. And so, you know, last year when I took on a bigger role at NHCPS, we started doing all of these different marketing pieces and just trying new things and always trying new things. And the biggest thing is that you always have to test things. You have to sometimes take a risk and test it. And I'll be the first one to say that I made plenty of mistakes, but some of those mistakes actually work. Because one of the email marketing ones I did is I was like, oh my gosh, we have a meeting on Tuesday, and I forgot to send out the campaign that needed to go out for to remind people to take their certifications. We were sending out another follow-up email. So it was July 4th weekend, and I was like, oh, nobody's going to respond, but I sent it out anyways. It was July 3rd. Sent it out. It was one of the highest returns at the time that we had seen for conversions for email marketing. So it was a mistake that I made that actually ended up turning out to be actually good. And it's those small things that, you know, you could make a mistake, but then it actually might turn out well. And it's how you respond and test things, you know, that make you, I would say sometimes even a better worker because you're willing to take that risk.
So are you saying that you sent an email out on that weekend to get people to follow up and get their certification, and you didn't think anybody would respond, but it turned out that a lot more certifications were done, or?
Correct. What we found out is that more people used, because we did a special promotion to get people to purchase and to recertify, because their certification had, I believe it was expired. I'm sorry, they expired. And
yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it's July 4th weekend, everyone's at the lake, so on and so forth. We sent it out, we had a great open rate, and we had a high conversion. So more people purchased our courses from that email marketing that we sent.
Where did you get the list of the people with expired certifications?
We have that from we have that from NHCPS's from 2 years ago when they had certified. So we were sending that list to get them to come back and certify with us.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's every 2 years they have to recertify.
Yep. But then we saw like doctors and nurses, the time that they have, are sometimes just on the weekends. So they end up purchasing. And so now we actually changed from that. One mistake is that they changed our email marketing. Now it's sent out that our reminders are sent out on the weekends at a certain time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was gonna get at, was that, so now you send everything out on the weekends.
Correct. So
that part.
Yeah, so it's taking a mistake, like I said, it's taking a mistake and measuring that data and looking at it and saying, okay, well, it was a mistake, we sent it out, but it actually was good compared to the emails that we sent out during the week.
Mm-hmm. Huh. What email service do you use? Do you use Constant Contact or? We
use actually Infusionsoft. So we use it as our CRM system, and then we also use it to our email marketing as well.
Okay.
So Charlotte, what made you like marketing? Why did you want to go into marketing? What is marketing?
Oh gosh.
Jane, do you know what marketing is?
Selling and advertising.
Yeah. Advertising. Yeah.
It's taking your product and promoting it to people so that they learn about it. There's different marketing you go into, but you'll hear brand awareness. You're actually taking your product and selling it to your consumers and who are your audience. And you can do that through different marketing channels, like I was saying. But actually, how I became into marketing is I actually wanted to be an accountant. But my father-in-law is an accountant, and he said, I had my accounting professor was like, Charlotte, you have to go into accounting, so on and so forth. And my father-in-law was like, Charlotte, you talk too much. You need to go into marketing. Those are his exact words. So now I'm in marketing. No joke. And I love it. I mean, you get to do all kinds of new stuff, and it's always changing, and design, and it's great. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love numbers, but Fritz can tell you, like, I could do it for maybe 3 or 4 months, and then I'd be like, okay, I want something new. Can we do something different?
Oh, go on, Anna.
Well, I was just going to ask Charlotte, what are your top 5 strengths, and how you think that marketing?
Oh gosh.
Because I think that one of them might be competitiveness, or else that person in first grade
What?
that said,
What do you mean?
You can't do it.
Did you?
What are you talking about? That's just my number one.
What about anybody else? Can anybody else, Caroline, can you hear any of Charlotte's other strengths maybe? Anything else that might be high for Charlotte?
Adaptability?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's not quite
That's on my top.
That's on her top.
What about resourcefulness?
You got that one, that's for sure. Like literally, like that's a core value with the company, Jerry or Gary. It's really hard, interesting you say that, because like that's a core value, and like Charlotte completely and totally like exemplifies it.
Yeah, you can just see it in her.
Oh yeah, completely. Like, yeah. Charlotte, yeah. What are your other 5? I think.
Okay, I'm gonna get them in order here because
Yep.
I always forget the order. They are. Okay, so competition's number 1, achievers number 2, relator is number 3, commander is 4, and activator is 5. So, as Fritz can say, if there's any issues that come up with the company or there's stuff that needs to happen like right away, usually people come to me because I'm like, okay, Micah, do this. Brian, do this. And do this. Let's go. And like we need to solve the problem. And I never knew that as like, I mean, I do it all the time in the corporate world that I used to work at. Like I was the person that I'd be at a trade show and saying, you do this, you do this, you do this, go, go, go. And I never realized like command. Yep, command. And you can see it. So if there's like an issue on the team, like if people come to me, I'm very good at saying, okay, you need to do this, this, and this. And
you got relator right there too, so that helps be a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, because I'm able to relate what I'm trying to get someone to do, and they'll actually do it in a manner rather than me saying, hey, do this, and being very stern, I can say, hey, can you please help out, and we really need to get this issue fixed.
Yeah.
And then they'll be willing to help it.
Okay, but then I wouldn't have looked at your or at your top 5 and said marketing.
Really?
I don't know, because I don't know much about marketing. So how do you use Relator and, well, okay, I can see Relator.
I would say
Achiever, because you're good with you like the numbers too, so you have to make sure that what you're doing is going to make a return.
Correct.
And that's how you achieve.
Yeah. So Anna, she has an interesting coupling of activator and achiever. That means somebody who likes to get something started, and achiever, people who like to get something done, like get it off the list. Yeah. So you start it and you finish it. Like Emma, you have achiever that's really high.
Mm-hmm.
Dad has achiever that's high. Dina, you have achiever that's really, really high too. Like, so like that's people who just like want to get stuff done. Let's get it done. So Charlotte, you can kind of see that about like what she does. Like she could apply those strengths to a lot of different things. So it's not just marketing, but like that's why I was kind of wondering kind of why you chose marketing to kind of go into, because
it looks like those strengths could be good in every.
Yeah, in a lot of things. Now get this, Anna. This is an interesting thing. John initially had recommended Charlotte to be my executive assistant.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you think an assistant with command in their top 5?
No.
Do you think that's reasonable at all? like that would probably not be a role that Charlotte would be. You know, like I really like Charlotte, so I'm like, yeah, sure, get her on the team, but like she's not going to be an assistant. I'll tell you that right now, right? So
and I wasn't for long.
No, not assistant. So it just wouldn't suit. Go on, Bug. You got a question?
M&S, I do. Okay, so we take these like career test cluster things in school, and marketing is actually my top 3.
Really?
Yeah, so I have a question. What is your favorite and least favorite part of being in marketing?
Oh my gosh. I would say my favorite by far is the fact that you get to touch so many different things within marketing. So you get to change, and you're doing a lot with different marketing. And like if you have like a product you're promoting, well, in 6 months you'll have another product you're promoting, and it's always changing. That's what I absolutely love. Marketing that I don't like, and it's just because of my disability, is content, and that's just something that I lack. It's just doing the content, because with marketing you have to do a lot of clever headlines. Like you have to put together the right pitch for that product you're selling, and who's your audience, because you have to target that content towards your audience, because if you don't do that, then they're not going to buy it, because they're going to read it and say, well, this isn't for me. So that's probably my least favorite, just because of my disability. But it's a very important piece. So that's why I have people surrounded, that I work with, that can actually write and put together that content to, instead of me trying to focus, and I'm sure Fritz has said this a lot, focus on my weaknesses, I focus on my strengths. And you get people around you that can support you, that can make up for your weaknesses, so you can focus on your strengths. But yeah, marketing's fun. Are you doing any internships or anything like that?
No, I'm just a sophomore in high school, so nothing like that.
Well, you can actually still do internships at high school. Fritz actually has 2 interns from high school right now.
Oh yeah?
And they both work in marketing.
And Caroline's on this summer. Dun, 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 dun,
yes,
dun,
that's
dun,
right.
Claire Bear.
Hi, Claire Bear.
Hi, Claire.
Hi.
Charlotte, I have a question too.
I don't really have days, but what kind of does your day look like as far as your job for marketing goes?
For my job?
Yeah, like an
Oh
average
my
day.
gosh. Oh wow. Let's see. Okay, so usually it starts with my coffee, number one. No, but usually it starts with I usually have a plan set for the day before. And I've tried to really change it because I used to come in and look at email right away. And that would just throw off my whole day. So usually it starts with I have about an hour to an hour and a half that I get my productive stuff done. So anything from, hey, I need to make sure we're getting an app launched, or hey, Micah needs to review this. I need to make sure I get this project done. I hit that within that hour and a half. And then usually meetings step in. I usually have meetings depending on what day it is. I usually have 2 to 3 meetings that I try to do within the afternoon. And then I do emails around lunchtime. And then I'll either have more meetings or I try to get some things off my list. But a lot of it can be anywhere from coaching some of the interns on, hey, I need you to get this done, this done, this done. Sometimes it's meeting with our sales team saying, hey guys, what's going on with this account? How can we help you? Or I'm meeting with Howard, who is our designer, and he's coming to me saying, how does this email marketing look? I do a lot of review as well. So usually it's productive time, meetings, emails, sometimes meeting or productive time, and then it ends off usually by doing emails. And then I usually go home, and then I get back on the computer around 8, and then I start up on emails again.
And
So
Kate,
yeah, go ahead.
Go on, Kathy. Sorry.
So I'm wondering, can you speak about like your weekly, monthly goals in terms of marketing, and also like the metrics, what kind of numbers you're trying to hit, what kind of results you're getting?
Yep. So we actually have a weekly meeting that we do every Tuesday, and we have we have quarterly goals that we put together every quarter. So like for my quarterly goals for marketing, I have 2. They're my rocks, and they're like 300,000 in daily deals. So getting that revenue in from daily deal sites, because that's one of our main focuses this year. And the other one is 350K in marketing revenue. So that's anything outside of SEO or AdWords. So that's through email marketing. That's through social media. That's through forums. That's from our referral program. That's from printed manuals. That's from ebooks. Like the list goes on.
So how are you tracking it? Do you have reports in place that track it?
So what we do is we have a dashboard that we actually have to import all of our data every Monday. So that tracks on how we're doing each week. So on a weekly basis, I can tell you, am I on or am I off track?
Can you see my screen at all, Kathy, or no?
Oh yeah, there it is.
A little?
Yeah, not well, but I can see it a little bit. Can you see it, Carrie?
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Basically, like, this is the dashboard Charlotte's referring to. Like, these are all the metrics that she reports on every single week. So that's on a weekly basis. That's what she reports on. So we'll all kind of know how everything's going. And she'll have little notes here for us in the event that like something's either going great, not great. If it's red, that means it's not good. We're working on it. Green is good, And she'll report on those every single week. So that way, those kind of things really feed achievers out there, Emma, because you have both competition and achiever in your top 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Charlotte. It's like people who like to get things done. They want to be held accountable, right? They want to have things where they can show off and be like, yeah, that week crushed it. Did you see that? Yeah, that just happened. That's right. Just wanted to let you guys know. So now for you guys, Charlotte, what was your response whenever Will and Beck wanted to start their own company and wanted to compete directly with you?
It was not good at all. So I went into crazy stalking mode. I'm not going to lie. I will admit it. And I literally researched everything. I went into all of our Dropbox. I found contracts. I was like, let's go get them. We're going to kick their you-know-what, and I'm just not going to deal with them anymore. My competition went into, like, overdrive. Like, it was pretty bad. And I wanted to just take them out. Ask for it. I wanted to take them out.
She was a very angry elf.
Yeah, they took everything that we learned and we did, and they just took it and put it on their own stuff. And that is just not right. I'm sorry. It still gets me to this day, but I'm bettering myself. Fritz has taught me, like, USA.
So, do you know that, like, that's when Charlotte really hit stride? Because that fully activated the competition, and now she had plenty of room to actually, like, do what she wanted to do. Because they were no longer kind of holding her back by kind of, like a clunky system. Now it was like, in Charlotte we trust. Let's let her go. And now all of a sudden, oh boy, watch out. The red hair turned to flames, and whew, like a shotgun. Watch out.
And I'll tell you right now, like, and it's so funny because, and I've talked to Becker since he started his company, and every time I talk to him, I just sit back and I sort of smile because they're still stuck in doing everything that we did a year ago. And we changed so much in over a year that we're bringing in, we don't really rely on those AdWords and SEO. Yes, we still maintain them and keep them going, but, we're going out and getting sales from, email marketing is huge for us, and daily deals. Like, they tried to get daily deals, but they never did. We did. And so it just teaches us that you have to change and you have to keep on going out there and pushing.
Yeah. That's really interesting because you won in the law. Like, go ahead, try to take us.
Yeah.
For them to do the same exact thing and not grow, but you guys kept on the track of growing and learning and growing and learning, and now they're not even competition.
Exactly. And the big thing
is but not to the level that you are.
Correct. And it's just, and when I came up, like when I took over all of their stuff when they left, we were fixing things for 6 to 8 months probably. We fixed everything. And it was just like, one thing after another, but in the end, like, I am so proud of where we are now and the team that we have than where we were from when I first started. Like, I love our team. Our team is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, Kay, like a lot of like what Charlotte was saying, she does in a day, like on a regular daily basis, was coaching. Because if you look down at a lot of her metrics, like marketing involves a lot of stuff, like search engine, making sure that like it shows up on Google whenever somebody types in certain words into search, right? Like, she can't do that. She doesn't have all that time. So she has people that she relies upon. So the meetings are kind of necessary because what's she doing? She's talking to everybody that she needs to talk to kind of like make sure that that's going well. People who put up the ads, like you're managing people. You know what I mean? We asked Charlotte, what do you need to make your life easier? And she had worked with a guy named Howard, who was a designer, and did an amazing job with design. But she had enough work for him to keep him busy full time. So we brought Howard over full time. Now Howard helps Charlotte all the time. So she's kind of slowly building out the team of people that she, like can kind of help her do more. But like she can't do it all herself. Nobody can. You have to have kind of a team approach for it.
Mm-hmm. And that's a big thing. Was like even with the school stuff that you guys do. Then when you get into college, especially for college, you're going to have, when you hit those 400 level classes, you're going to have to do a lot of things that are team oriented, and you have to learn how to work with teams and look at people's strengths and their weaknesses, and help them with knowing their strengths and weaknesses, because you can't have an I in a team. You have to be a team player, and the bigger you are with a team player, the better you'll be off.
And I mean, just looking at Charlotte's dashboard, it has Dina in here, right? Dina, stalking Groupon reps on LinkedIn, sending contact information over to her, trying to get with Matt about Groupon. Mike on dealnews.com. Like, she meets with all those people because she's kind of coordinating a ton of different people, right? Like, all of it's interesting. It's fast paced. It's cool. You're doing all kinds of stuff. So, usually, like if you choose kind of a marketing type route, there's a lot of different things. All these are little separate entities all within, so you can find things that you really dig and you like about it. And not only that, like Charlotte, did you like when you were in high school and college? Did you ever study social marketing or social media?
Nope.
Didn't exist,
Now it's huge.
right? It'll be the same way. Like for you guys, like the marketing that you would do, Emma, if you even chose to do marketing,
Mhm.
by the time
Completely different.
30, the principles would be the same, but the tools would be completely different. Like
Yeah.
drastically different. Like it wouldn't even be similar, like all the things, like it would be uncommon that any of this stuff would be similar. I mean, it could be like, what are the applications that you might use through people's Google Glass application or implantable devices or connected, like type things to remind them, to utilize your product or to make their life easier. Very interesting.
It is, and like you think about, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with Twitter and Facebook. Even those two different platforms, you communicate to your audience completely different on Twitter than you would on Facebook, just by the the words you use and hashtags, and it's crazy. And you have to be able to adapt to change.
So, Emma, if you think you're just wasting your time on Twitter, Caroline, you'd never do something like that. I'm sorry, Pinterest. If you thought maybe you were wasting your time on Pinterest, do you know that somebody who's really good, who knows how to do Pinterest really well and how to market well on Pinterest? Charlotte, how much would you like easily, like pay someone who had social media down pretty well and could do that? Jane,
I love it.
Jane, what's a good starting salary for someone right out of college? I mean, not you, because you're ultra achiever, but like a normal good salary for everybody else in your class.
I don't know.
Oh, Jane, yes, you do. You of all people know.
Well, it depends on what job you have.
Yeah.
Like right out of college.
Yeah. Just normal. What do you think?
Like $60,000 to $70,000.
Boom.
Is that really it?
I think so. Yeah, with an undergrad degree.
I was expecting like 30,000, maybe 40.
Yeah, Caroline's more on the
I think that's more.
Yeah, a little closer.
That's more normal.
Okay.
More normal.
But Jane's thinking about baller people like Jane. I get it. Good job, Jane. You're gonna step out doing that. But yeah, if you just wanted to play on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot all day doing marketing, easily you could make $40,000 to $50,000 to $60,000. Easily.
You could.
Easily.
You don't even have to go to college for that.
No, you don't, Kay.
No, you don't.
No.
I'm starting now.
Yes, you could, Kay.
Because there's a lot of ways, like if you're just interested in something, a lot of times you're more knowledgeable than a college you would go to. If it's something that you are interested in and you've been teaching yourself the whole time and you kind of know a lot about it, if you found your niche already, then you wouldn't necessarily need to go to a college.
So, Charlotte, what do you wish you could tell yourself if you were 14? If you were 14, you went back, you had a time capsule, and you were going to talk to little Charlotte, what would you tell little Charlotte?
I have two things that I would talk to myself about. One is that in high school, take college courses so that the credits go to towards college, like your 131 or writing courses that you do your freshman year. Definitely do that. And the second one is shop at Goodwill. Don't be shopping at Abercrombie and spending $60 on pants.
You just made my day.
Oh, did I? Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed. Like, especially in Indy.
I understand.
I need to pick you girls up, and we will go shopping in Indy at their outlets. Have you ever been to those? Whew.
I have not. Let's
Oh my
go.
God. We can seriously make it. I will waddle down there and be shopping with you guys. Seriously, I'm not kidding. You can find so much. You can save so much money, and it looks brand new.
I know.
I love it. But I was gonna say, Emma, if you are interested, and I don't know what your summer schedule looks like, but you're more than welcome to come to Fort Wayne, and you could come and see what we do. Like, you can stay for 2 or 3 days. I don't know. You can come and see exactly what we do, and I can actually set you up. And I know some agencies in town as well that you can go and see agencies.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Completely cool.
Talk to my mom about that.
Very cool. Nice.
And you get to see the kiddos.
And that's the real reason you'd want to come up, because they're awesome.
She has met them, and they were crazy, I believe, when she came.
Yeah, they were nuts, but that was perfect. Exactly how you know a happy kid, if they're crazy.
That's how all of them are.
Love it.
So what other questions? Throw them out, guys.
Oh, now your day, you kind of said you go in, you do your emails, yada, yada. Where do you go for work?
So I actually go to my dad's. I have an office at my dad's house.
Yeah.
Because my house right now is tiny, and I could not work with my children.
Okay. You can pretty much go anywhere, but you've set up an office that's away from home so that you can kind of have your own time and space and better set hours.
Yep, and it's nice. And sometimes if I really need to focus on something, I'll actually go to Starbucks because there's noise around me and there's people around me, and I can literally sit down. Usually if it's something that I have to write out, like I have to really get into detail, I'll go into a Starbucks, and I will sit there, put my headphones in, and just knock it out.
Huh.
And then in the summer, Charlotte will have usually her interns around, and she's got this big board up in the room at her dad's house, and the interns will have their little desks and whatnot, and then she'll give them a pep talk about the strategy for the day, what they're going to be doing, what they're up to, what projects they're after, you know. They kind of talk them through everything and coach them through everything during the day.
Yep, and we actually have a huddle in the mornings for the interns in the summer, and we actually did it with our team now. Is that you meet for 15 minutes, you lay out exactly what you're going to do for that day, and you just focus on those things, and you get those things done. And we just called the huddle, and I use those boards. Those boards are, oh, I love my boards, my whiteboards.
What did you do before NHCPS?
So I worked for a company called Regal Beloit. They manufacture motors, and I was a brand manager for 6 of their motor brands, and then I actually worked on their corporate team as well. So when I left, they were doing a corporate rebrand. It took about a year, and they went to Regal. They changed their name because no one can say Beloit, so they just went to Regal, changed all the colors and everything. So I did a lot of traveling, did a lot of branding. So we were in actually a branding change from one brand to another.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. It was corporate world, though. The big thing with corporate world is that you got to play a lot of politics.
Emma, do you know what that is, playing politics?
Politics are.
Do I what?
Do you know what that is? Playing politics?
No.
What is that?
So I guess the way that I would explain politics is that you have a person that is higher up than you, let's say a vice president, and you have multiple vice presidents who want you to do different things. So what you do is you have to hear one vice president say that they want their marketing done this way, but you have another vice president that wants you to do something a different way. So what I would do is I would go to one vice president at a time and say, okay, I'll go ahead and take that. Let's take that and run with it. Go on to the next vice president and say, okay, I'll take that and run with it. Take both what they wanted and produce something that they would both like. But politics is pretty much, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this, is really taking what your bosses want and getting it done. Is that right? Do you think, Fritz? Am I explaining that right?
It's usually kind of unproductive a lot of times,
Yeah.
ladies. Like it's like if you don't really set out good, clear guidelines for somebody, if you have a real mission and a vision of like, here's where we're going, guys, use your best judgment and get there. And you get smart people, and you're like, Charlotte, get there, Charlotte. Charlotte will ask questions on what she needs help with. You know, she'll report and she'll see like, oh, well, I don't know, I'm having trouble with this. People can give her ideas and stuff like that, but she's not trying to appease anyone. She's only in competition with herself. Like when she has on her scorecard there, you saw like however much in marketing revenue, she set that number.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a vice president of some sort or whatever. I didn't set that number for her. She set that number. Why? Because it's higher than it was last quarter. How much higher? Higher than what, like more than what she thinks she can do, but she might actually be able to do it. Like she sets all those things. Like, therefore, like your motivation comes from inside you, not so much from someone else. She knows that, like, as long as she's doing what's in line with the mission of the company, then nobody's ever going to, like, get upset with her. It's a little different, like when you work. Some companies are different culturally that way.
Mhm.
Yep, and like an easy way that I can say is like really with politics, it's kissing your boss's butt. That's what it feels like to me.
Like being a brown noser. Yeah, nobody wants to do that.
Doing whatever it takes to make your boss happy. Not really doing the best at your job or the best that would make the best outcome, just making sure that your boss likes what you're doing.
Correct.
Well, that doesn't seem very productive at all.
It wasn't, trust me.
So Charlotte, you were talking to somebody about your old job and people who still work there, yeah?
Yes. So there's a gentleman there that still works there that I'm very close with. His name's AJ, and he's not very good at playing politics, but he gets stuff done. He just gets stuff done. And I always ask, because when I was there, I always tried to create a better culture. I would redo certain areas, and I would, prize people, make people feel good about themselves. Because I was in marketing, I always had knickknacks to give out. I would give people knickknacks saying, "Say, great job." Really try to build that culture up so that people wanted to come to work. Like, when you go there now, and I talk to these people, they hate it. They're just like, "I want to find a new job. I don't like it. It's horrible." It's because they have a horrible culture, and nobody's focusing on those employees to make it a better culture.
And is that what Micah does for you guys? Is that one of the things she does?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So she focuses on the culture and bringing people in that's going to be fit, good, and she makes sure people, for the most part, are happy, and making sure that we stay on track as well. And I don't know how much Fritz told you, but Micah and I are actually best friends. So we were the maid of honor in both of our weddings.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew he said that you guys were friends and somebody, I think you brought her.
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring her here? Okay.
I did.
Yeah. I remember that part.
Yeah, we complement each other, which is good. She keeps me on like, hey, Charlotte, where's this? Where's this? And I'll guide her, say, Micah, we got to get this done. Just go. Just do it.
That's good.
When you have really good people, Caroline, that really understand kind of like the culture of what they really want to have, like Charlotte and Micah. Like, for example, we're replacing David's position right now because he had to help his family with their Taekwondo business. So we're replacing David's position. I don't see any of the candidates at all until both Micah and Charlotte both love them. If they don't love them, I never even meet them.
So Fritz, what was David's position?
He was Chief Financial Officer, CFO. So he did basically all the account controlling. He also had a legal background, so he did like all the contract review and whatnot as well.
Okay.
It goes back to like for the team and showing the team that, you know, David's going to be gone. His last day was today, and we're stepping up and we're taking over his duties until we find someone.
Yeah. And see, like there, like it'll feed kind of Charlotte's accounting interest, because now Charlotte will do a lot of the controller stuff that David will, but like not for terribly long, but for a little while, you know, during that. So we try to divvy things up based on strength, but like if you really like what you're doing, then it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference. You're cool doing whatever, you know, like as long as it's feeding some of your strengths, and you know that you know what kind of person you're looking for. And like Charlotte, Micah, they have a lot of control over who they work with, you know, which Emma, you, Jane, like ask your mom if she has any control over who she works with at the hospital.
No.
Usually not, right? Sometimes she doesn't like people she works with, you know what I mean? That just makes for an environment where people don't want to, you don't want to do that if you can help it, you know?
Yeah.
So basically, if anybody doesn't really like working in the group, we smoke them out. Like they leave pretty quickly, because they won't like it there. If they don't get along with everybody, they won't like it at all. Dad, you've been pretty quiet.
Been listening and enjoying. Charlotte, you're a great asset, without a doubt.
Dad, you'd really get along with Charlotte's dad. I'll tell you that right now.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a mover and a shaker. He's always getting things done.
I don't know, Charlotte. I kind of like to just sit back and relax a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt that. I hear about the carpet company and the rental places.
That's all Fritz and Anna.
Collection of buckets.
I'm doing a lot of babysitting these days.
Oh, hey. You know, my dad does that too.
And he hates that.
And Kathy, I'm enjoying it immensely.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's a very rewarding cause.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I don't know. I think she's going to start getting me into trouble, though.
Oh my goodness.
Fun.
How's that?
Well, she's just all the time wanting to keep going, and she's wanting to get into everything. I think she's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
You know what they say, like father, like daughter.
Oh, is that it?
Now, Kathy.
Oh dear. All right. Anybody else? Any other questions for Charlotte? Okay.
Yeah, I have a question. So do you normally talk to everybody on the team on a daily basis?
Usually it's probably 2 to 3 times a day, if not more. Usually Micah, it's every day, like 20 or 30, 40, 50 times a day. Usually it's through chat or text or talking on a meeting or, yeah. Yep, I talk to everybody.
See, Kate, the cool
leave
thing.
Fritz alone, so.
Yeah, I usually am not very good at text comparatively to those guys. But if you think of like Charlotte and Micah, like they're best friends and they get to work together, yet they live, what, an hour and a half, 2 hours apart?
Mhm.
Yet they talk every day.
So you live in Fort Wayne. Where does Micah live?
She lives in Indianapolis. She lives right outside of Indianapolis in Carmel.
Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. I know where that is.
You heard that?
Yeah, because that's where the Lustics lives.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So Charlotte, I'm interested, like in some, like when you talked about the daily deals, like some of the ideas that you came up with for your daily deals. How did you get started in that? How, in what period of time was it profitable?
So I guess we can start with, actually what we did is, the idea came from Fritz and Jenny, I believe.
That was all Jenny, yeah.
So it was Jenny, and we tried to go to them with our BLS course, trying to get them to market that course, to put it on there, and it was probably a year and a half ago. And they said that we couldn't go to market with it because it was too niche. They wanted a broader audience. So we said, okay, well, why couldn't we do a CPR course? So we created a CPR course. It took us 8 months, probably 8 months to get it.
Yep.
And then once we had that, then we started pushing again, and we contacted Groupon, and it was actually Micah was not working with us at the time, but she actually had a contact over there, Peggy, that worked at Groupon, so I contacted Peggy, and the next thing you know, we did a trial run. We did a trial run. We went to 10 markets, test markets, and it just blew up. And then from there, we got approved to go national, and then our Groupon went national, and I mean, it was great.
So
it was awesome. So
did Groupon choose the test market?
Groupon did choose the test market, so it shows 10 cities. I think I forget which cities they were. I believe one was Boston, one was New York, then another one was, I want to say San Francisco, and then there were some smaller ones.
Okay.
And then what they do is they base your test against the other deals that ran that same week, and they see if you're able to make it nationally or not.
So your numbers decide your qualification.
Your numbers, yep. And from there, I believe we sold over 1,000 certifications in that first week, and then we went nationally. It really changed everything for us, especially for our CPR course, because our target market is medical professionals, and some need CPR, but they usually just need BLS. So this course is more for your laymen, so your moms that shop on Groupon. So this was key to get them certified, and it really goes towards our Save a Life initiative and getting them those requirements, those needs that they need if somebody would have a heart attack or if somebody would start choking.
So did you also have a Groupon special for the certification and recertification?
So we did it for our CPR. We did CPR, AED, and first aid certification for an NHCPS. And then we actually ran another one for AMC, and we did that for certification and recertification.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. It seems, if my memory serves me well, that if you go to the site, National Healthcare site, and you sign up, it's $195 or something. Is that right or wrong? For certification.
For CPR?
I thought what was around $200? Something.
Oh, those are the ones for that are specifically for kind of healthcare professional, like the advanced cardiac life support, and then the pediatric.
That in Groupon because that was the niche market.
It was too. Correct. It seemed like it was too niche for Groupon because it was only healthcare professionals, and Groupon they want a really big audience. You know what I mean? It's very mass audience. They didn't really want the niche. So we had to go with something that kind of everybody needed, which was more in the way of just CPR and first aid. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to have our courses on Groupon as well, like the other ones, but
Okay.
no.
But even this, with big numbers, produces great results, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's the interesting thing, Kathy, of being like in a technology business.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we sell, so Jane, if we sell 10 extra CPR courses, how much do you think that costs us?
$100, $200. I have no idea.
That doesn't. If you guys sell it, how much does it cost you?
Yeah, how much it cost to us? Like if I sell, you know, like if Grandpa were to sell his buckets, you know, say he had to, his buckets cost him money instead of him having just a lot of extra buckets. But say he, you know, like he had buckets and they cost him $3. He would sell them for $5. Every one he would make $2 on, right?
Yeah, you guys don't have to pay anything.
Right. We're selling mainly software and technology, right? So Jane, the only cost for us really is the card that we send somebody in the mail. That costs about $2.50.
And the people that work for you.
Yeah, but that's pretty much that is the cost whether we sell 1,000 a week on Groupon or we sell 10.
Right.
It doesn't take all that many more people, you know? If anything, it's maybe one extra person in the way of customer service, right? So that's not a whole lot, right? So if we get on Groupon and we sell 1,000 more courses a week, even if they're only for $20, it only costs us $2 for each one of those. Therefore, even though the numbers are small, because of so many people going through, the volume kind of makes up for it. Because it's technology, you can offer a really big discount.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks really good, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's why this is done so well. I mean, it's $20. You have, like, even this. It was the first thing that came up on Google, right? You have here that, like, there's over 620 bought, and this is actually for Groupon Anchorage, Alaska. I don't know how it came up first, but whatever. It's Anchorage, Alaska that you can buy, right? So, like, I've only been to Anchorage once in my life. But, you know, like it shows a big discount and whatnot like that. And Groupon gets half of all of this. Was it half? It's not even half. Hold on.
No, it's not half. They only actually get 40%.
So get this. Where'd Emma go? Emma run around? In any event.
She had to get off, Dad.
Oh, I gotcha. So this is another cool thing that Charlotte did. Charlotte negotiated with Groupon initially because they always like a 50-50 split. Okay, so $20 course, they get $10, we get $10 when they sell one, right? Charlotte was so confident and so cocky with them that she worked out a 60-40. Now that doesn't seem like much of a difference.
It is when you get the numbers.
When the numbers come back that big, that's a big difference. Like that becomes more interesting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So very cool. Like all of it was it's a really cool experience, and Charlotte worked on getting that onto Groupon for a little over, a year and 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, it was a year.
Yeah, year and 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, three months.
Why does it take that amount of time?
Well, we didn't really have the course initially.
Yeah.
We didn't have the course.
That's why it took us the most time.
We tried
of course.
to, but
Okay.
it didn't really work because we didn't have what we needed to be able to be on Groupon initially.
You need the course.
We needed the right course for them because all of their other stuff was way too niche. We needed something more widespread. And I had drug my feet getting into this market because I didn't want to, because it wasn't the crowd that I wanted to have our customers in.
Okay, you were looking for the medical professional.
Just medical professional, yeah, like because that's where like the larger margins come in and everything like that. Like it's bigger. This is a crowded space. CPR, it's a crowded competitive space. So I didn't really want to enter that, but by doing that, it pulls more people into online learning, which will eventually translate, at least my theory is, eventually translate over make healthcare professionals a little bit more comfortable doing it. Therefore, kind of pulling people up the curve.
Okay.
That's my working theory. Not sure, it hasn't happened yet, so very well may not. But
How long have you been out on Groupon?
We've been out since the end of September.
Okay.
September 28th.
What are you doing when somebody purchases a course? How do you follow up with them in terms of having them come back or maybe purchase another course from you or whatever?
So what we do is we have our reminder emails. The big thing that's actually hard for this market is that most of these are like I said, your layman type. So we do referral from our printed cards, but actually Fritz came up with an awesome idea. Actually, we had on a call. It was last or 2 Fridays ago. Is actually for our provider marketing cards. Is actually start offering affiliates, start offering, things, other types of things that they would want to purchase, that the layman would want to purchase. So, it's those types of things that we're just trying new to get to those markets. But the biggest thing is when it comes to 2 years, another 2 years, we'll do our 22-month reminders in email marketing.
Okay, great, thanks.
So did you start the affiliate marketing? And if so, what kind of affiliate marketing are you doing?
We haven't started yet. So right now we're still researching on which affiliates we want to go with. So that's actually been this week that we've been looking at affiliates. So we're still testing that and finding out exactly which ones we want to do. Because we're talking about doing it for email as well. Because why not do email and print?
now, Kay, I wanted to bring this up to you. It's a little off topic, but not terribly because it's still marketing. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Because Dina's right there. Dina, did you know that she's been on forums within Facebook, right? Forums on Facebook that like are for nurses and people passing nurses exams and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She's been posting interactive on it, posting coupon codes. I think in the last 3 to 4 weeks, there's been $2,000-3,000 worth of sales just from her posting coupon codes in forums.
Really?
Yep.
Do you know that Dina also makes a commission from those?
That's cool.
Do you know who else could be on forums doing that if they wanted to?
Anyone?
Just throwing it out there. But
You just have to sometimes so you have to look for a status there in Facebook that has many likes. And then you have to comment. You post your coupon, like this and that, this discount, and the people that like that. You just have to comment. That's how I do it.
that's fantastic. Like literally, and it's working like a dream, Dina. It's just a new way. And that was completely Dina's idea.
Yep.
And it was just it was instant marketing. Instantly
It's
worked.
awesome.
Yeah.
So she posts a code that takes them back to Groupon, you mean?
It's a coupon code that they can put in to get 10% off.
Of the Groupon offer.
No, just of our normal offer.
Oh.
Because the nurses will need just the normal courses, right? So they'll need the ACLS courses. So Dina
That's a great idea.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, just that's something Dina can do while she has Eunice right in her lap. And very it's a very cool way of marketing. Very cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to keep you on too long, Charlotte. Jane Buggers, any other questions?
No.
K-Bomb?
Nope.
Carrie, Kathy?
No, I'm good.
Awesome. Anna?
I'm good. I think I got all my questions in.
You're too good. Nice. Nice. Charlotte, thank you so very much for being on the call. We really appreciate it.
It's nice seeing you, Charlotte, always.
I know,
Thank
you
you.
too.
Thanks for
It was
sharing.
great. No problem.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I'm so happy that I've been here for 2 years. It's been great.
I know. We're not even sure what we would do without Charlotte at this point.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Can't remember a time without her at this point now.
Well, Starlight, how far along are you?
I will be 7 months at the end of this week.
Wow.
Okay. I know. I'm ready. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to pop her out and just be done.
So you know it's a girl?
I do.
Nice.
So it's either going to be Stella or Scarlet. So if she has red hair, it's going to be Scarlet. If not, then it's Stella.
Ooh. Nice.
So,
I like both those names a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Louie doesn't care. So.
Congrats on number 4.
I know. It's hard to believe.
Awesome.
I know. I'll be going stir crazy.
Nice.
All right.
So yeah, and then also Caroline and Emma, definitely, I know Emma's not there, but let me know, especially, 'cause I'll be traveling down to Indy in that area. And how far away are you guys from Indy?
I think like, what are we, 5 or 6? I know we're 6 hours from the Sparklesons.
So 5. So,
I think we're like 5. Yeah.
I don't know. She's going to be about 5, but Emma is an hour.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
an hour.
An hour. So yeah, so definitely, I would love to meet up, and we can, especially for Emma, go through and talk through some marketing stuff and just show her what I do. And Caroline as well, especially since you're going to be working on the Disque Foundation stuff. I'm really excited.
Yep.
Rock on.
Well,
stoked.
cool.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Charlotte.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
No
Bye.
problem. Have a good evening.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Okay, do you want to do some goals and whatnot for next week? Huh? You want to report your goals? See how this works.
Catch that silly thing.
Oh, sorry, Jane, you're first. Dominating I-Step. Did you dominate, Jane?
Yeah, I dominated. You can say that.
Yeah.
You can say that.
James like, whatever, they're over.
Yeah.
Well, Wednesday, that was when Mom was getting her surgery, and I was scared that day. I wasn't as focused as I should have been.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't today. We had 4 math tests for 4 hours. That was the worst.
Oh, man.
That is the worst.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't
What
know
are your goals
about
for next
M,
week?
do we? Oh, go on, yeah.
Oh, I know she did pass her permit test, and she did not. I don't know. She doesn't know if she's gotten her B up yet, because she did some extra credit, but the teacher didn't take any other grades.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, Jane, what are your goals for next week?
I need to stick to my workouts that I've been doing, so it's got a new calendar. I need to stick to that. And I'll think of another one.
Okay. Inbox me over Emma's goals when she comes back.
Okay.
Okay, Grandpa. Meditate 5 times and green tea 7 times.
Correct. What we're meditating and we're drinking. So what else can we do?
Are you keeping that for next week?
I think what I'm going to do next week is I'm pushing for getting at least 15,000 steps on the Fitbit.
Oh.
Nice. 15,000.
So,
Are you going to run a marathon?
no, I think here lately I've been getting close to 18. So, just to be on the safe side, Sunday's always my slow day.
Yeah. It's
So,
all right. You can have one of those.
well, we're trying to keep it up.
You're at 114,643.
Oh, you're keeping track of me, G? Huh?
Woo! 114,000. Dad, you're really stepping it up there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to pass Fritz. You know, this competition's killing me here. You know.
I'm at 133. You're going to have to get a little bit up from that, huh?
Well, evidently. So what's that make me? I'm still number 3.
No, you're 2. Lisa's only at 106. Walt is
Lisa,
right
what's
on.
she doing this week?
Yeah, what's Lisa doing? Because
Goodness.
she went to Mexico, or she went down to the Caribbean, and we noticed that she wasn't getting very many steps in that week either. So we're gonna have
get on to her.
Watching.
Yeah.
All right, Dad. This is your week.
Okay, Carrie, do you know anything about these Fitbit things?
I know a little bit, but not a lot.
This is how your son keeps track of, what you're doing.
Not yet. He's close, but not quite, yes.
Well, you got to watch it,
No, I hear you. I appreciate it. I was just making a few
and
notes.
what does she get as an average a lot of times? 20, 25,000 steps a day?
Yeah.
It's ungodly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So.
That's more than 5 miles, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, she I asked her when we were down there, I asked her what she does, and she'll walk on her lunch hour. That's about an hour. And then after work and whatnot, she'll answer her emails on the treadmill. And if she watches any TV or YouTube or whatever like that, she'll be on the treadmill during that too. That can be upwards of 2 to 3 hours of walking a day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you don't have to go at a really crazy pace in order to get a lot of steps that way,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. My turn.
Go for it,
God.
K-Bomb. Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Read the 7th habit. I did not do.
Oh.
That'll be on for next week.
Yes.
How's the working out doing?
Okay, guys, I'm so proud of myself this week. I did so good. Listen.
7 times?
Okay, it was 6 times. 6 times I did like an actual intense workout like every day, but then like every day I have like it's called like a 30-day beach body challenge. It's actually pretty hard. And I did that every day. Like,
Nice.
They start you out with 50 crunches and a 60-second plank 2 times. So I mean, they start you up pretty high.
Wow.
But I'm surviving, so it's good. So I was
Very
really
good.
happy.
Very good.
And then update my little 2015 jar, which is these are all of my happy things that happened during the year, and then for New Year's at the end of this year, I'm gonna open it up and look at all the cool things I did this year. So I updated that because I forgot to do that for a couple weeks, so I finished that. Yay!
Good work.
Okay, so goals for next week. I'm gonna read the 7th habit. Yeah, and then I'm gonna work out. 6 times, but I'm gonna do my challenge 7 times. So I'll just say work out 6 times.
Good job.
Jane, do you know what the 7th habit is?
No.
You know what the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 6th habits are?
No. No, I don't know what that is either.
Boy, are we going to get a lot done this summer, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You just stick with us on these iLiveCalls. We'll tell you every habit you need to know.
Yeah, Jane, we're going to read all of them. Chapter a week. And we're going to discuss all of them.
That's one of those $50 books, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so then after we discuss all of them, all you do is like type up a paragraph after each iLiveCall, and at the end of 7 iLiveCalls, $50. There you go. Telling you, Jane.
Bada boom, bada bing.
It's great. It's actually really good.
There we go.
Okay. El Fritzo. Meditate and work out 5 times.
Did not make it that many times on the meditation. I needed that this last week. It would have worked out a lot better for me. But I did work out 5 times at least. So I tell you what, I'm just going to focus on meditation this next week because I'm going to be in Silicon Valley. So it's in a heavy meditation place, so that'll be perfect.
Okay.
5
How
times.
many times? 5 times?
5, yeah, 5.
All right. Okie dokie. Kathy.
Well, my goals for this week are to come up and actually cook 3 new healthy recipes.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm in a definite rut.
What?
With the recipes.
Oh, okay.
I made this really good. It was a taco casserole. I made it Friday night. It was really good.
Sounds
I
good.
don't know if you guys like tacos, but I can send you over the link to it.
Who doesn't like
Yeah, that sounds
tacos?
good. I'd love to see your recipe.
Yeah, it was really. I thought it was so yummy. My siblings didn't like it because it had black beans in it, and they would not touch it because it had black beans in it.
Aww.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It's okay. It's okay. I got over it eventually. After lots of tears, I got over it.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll just cook a lot because I'll come over and get some and take it home since I'm not cooking this week.
You
Well,
can.
you
We have a lot. We have a lot in the refrigerator still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kathy, you're cooking for the whole family this week. Go
That's
ahead.
right. That's
Hey,
right.
Well, I guess.
That'll be great.
Okay, and Carrie. I think that's
I want to hit the workouts 5 days a week this week, and I need to send out at least 50 texts to some potential business partners and customers.
Nice.
I should say texts or emails. I guess it depends on who I'm talking to, but some text or email communication.
The message, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hit more than that, but I'm going to start with 50.
So, Carrie, what kind of workout do we do?
I just switched my workout up to, I was doing full body workouts 3 days a week, and I switched it. I'm trying to break it up into body part workouts 5 days a week. So, you know, maybe hitting legs twice a week and then upper body, mixing it up that way. So we'll see. But I like the one I found, so I think it'll be good. I try to get it out in the morning before the kids get up, so we'll see if we can. That's the challenge.
Yep.
That's
the
the
early
best
morning.
time.
That's like Charlotte had said, you know, she did her most important things for the first hour and a half so that she made sure she got it done.
Yep. Yeah, as long as the kids are sleeping, I can get a lot done.
Cool. All right, well, I think that's everybody but me. Now, my last one, since I wasn't on last week, the one before
Oh,
that,
yeah.
do you remember what it was, KK?
No, I can look it up.
Duolingo, studying my Spanish every day, and I'm doing really good at that. I could do longer every day. So I'm going to continue with my Duolingo every day. And then I want to get my to-do list done this week on my metrics. I didn't get it all the way done last week, and I want to knock it all off so that there's not a to-do list, no carryover. So that's my other goal. And I think I'm doing pretty good at my workouts and that kind of thing, so I don't need to, you know, have the accountability for that so much this week. But definitely the Duolingo and my to-do list, I want to make sure those get taken care of. So
Nice.
Guys, I have my AP Physics test Wednesday and Thursday today, like the national test. I'm so scared.
Why?
Because there's so much stuff we have to know. There's so much stuff we have to know.
You're gonna rock it,
You're gonna dominate it.
just like Jane did to
I don't
iStep.
know.
Yes.
I don't know. It's pretty hard.
All right, awesome.
Okay.
Do we want to do some speed prizing?
I've got to get off soon, like really soon.
All
I
right.
don't know how to get off this thing. I have no idea.
I don't know how to get off this thing.
All you do is press the X at the top right-hand corner.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's
That was easy.
That red X. Okay, what's the speed prize? Does that mean we're just gonna do it really fast?
Ooh. Yeah, we can speed prize or we can group prize. I'll do a group prize for everybody.
Prize.
Okay.
All right, my group prize for everybody. You guys are all the type of people that on a Sunday night will jump on, ask really great questions to Charlotte, and I'll get a little something out of the call and give back as well. Boom, done.
Who's next?
Rat-a-tat-tat. That was that.
yeah. I'll do a
Alright,
group.
good.
I'll do a group prize. Everyone is willing to learn because we're all willing to get on here. We want to learn something from the people that we're talking to.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Alright, I'll go.
My prize is that you guys are all positive people, and I enjoy being on the call with positive people who are encouraging and learn, like Jane had said. But just kind of a combined effort of people who are really positive and willing to learn.
Okay, everyone here, I think we all have something that's very much in common, which is we all have teachable spirits, and we all like to ask lots of questions, and like Jane said, learn, and that's an essential skill to have in life and everywhere. So, kudos and accolades to everyone.
Way to go, tribe.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go next. I would
My
say
pricing is I am just absolutely delighted to have everybody here. Jane, I can't say about having you with us and everything. Good to have you. Hope you'll be around more. Same way with you, Carrie.
Thank you.
Jump on here and add some new thoughts to these people here.
Thank you.
Kathy, thank you very much for being here. As always, the backup I can get, you know.
we're a team, John.
Thank
Well,
you all for being on here.
Okay, I'll go next.
Go ahead.
What I'd like to say is that this is the kind of group that really excels in leadership and takes some challenges and turns them into opportunities and really connects. And as we learn, give back with the purpose of impacting and changing the world.
Well, I will add to that, and I will say thank you for having me tonight. I've enjoyed this, and if it's all right with you guys, I'd like to participate going forward. And you know what I noticed tonight is, Charlotte was talking about politics, office politics, and one of the things that I've noticed is that doesn't exist here, and it's a very transparent and honest and positive, optimistic group, and goal-oriented and focused, and I appreciate that. It doesn't appear to be people trying to show each other up, and you see that a lot in the corporate environment, and so I appreciate the honesty and the transparency, and it's just a good environment. It's exciting and energetic, so thank you all.
Cool, we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
As long as you'll come. We love having more people with different insights and exciting experiences.
Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so very much.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.
Okay, so you're on next week, right, Fritz?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on next week.
Okay, we're looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
Alrighty. Alright, bye guys.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
All right. See ya.
Bye, Jane.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh gosh. Okay, bye guys.
I'm gonna turn this thing off.
Jane, that was so funny. Oh wait, I have a question.
I don't even know how to get off here.
That doesn't remind me of her mother at all.
I have a question before I leave.
Yeah.
Anna, on Amazon, is there a way